Greetings. This is Coyote Three Feathers. I'm about to do my third dark retreat this year, just over a year. I will be in this space where I'm sitting right now in total darkness for 7 days. It's an interesting experience. Dark retreats are a sensory deprivation experience. I do it while fasting, though fasting is not required. It's just easier for me. I don't have to worry about the food, and I possibly might eat too much because there's no clock, there's no time uh, sensation. It's just all dream time. It is a full-on dream time for the entire period. Interesting things do occur while in a dark retreat. I've discovered a series of, or the sequence so far is, first there is incessant memory recall. In a normal day-to-day life, there is stimulation coming in from a variety of sources, just walking around, just moving through your daily life, outside, inside, with people. There is untold amount of stimulation. So when you eliminate all that stimulation, the brain kind of kicks in and wants to fill in the blank spots and emptiness, because it takes a while to adjust to silent darkness. It's quite an amazing experience. I recommend it, and we do it every night for 8, 9 hours if you sleep that long. Or some people are sleep deprived, it's less. So it's not a big deal. You don't get the full impact of a sensory deprivation dark retreat until you do it for several days. I think that's crazy. How could you do that for that long? Well, you just gotta say, this is what I'm going to do. Have a support group that will allow you to do that, that won't disturb you while you're in your retreat. There are places to go that have special places set aside for people to sequester for 7, 10, 12 days, depending on the situation. I do it for 7 days because I know I can fast for 7 days. I've done it 3 times already. It's quite easy and it's actually healing, but that's a whole other topic. I'll run you through the sequence of events after the incessant memories kind of subside. There's discomfort from not moving much. Um, my back gets kind of sore, but then I adjust to the situation. I get out of bed frequently and move around and try to do a few stretches just to keep my body moving and just get the joints moving. It feels good. And then dreams start. I've had a few what I call fractal dreams. They're kind of a slow paced, the same image that changes yet doesn't change and just keeps going and going. Then that can happen for a while. Then there's seeing shapes and colors and lights and dots and flickering, which appear to be floating around in the air, when actually it's everything you're experiencing is in here. There is, it feels like it's outside you, but it's inside you, because this journey into darkness is a journey into self, into your deep inner self. And it can be frightening because some people don't really want to go there, but you might learn something about who you are when you journey inward. And then after a while, there's these fractal dreams tended to come back, but sped up. Which the first time when that happened, I got to a breaking point where enough, I can't take this anymore, so I stopped the retreat. That might have been just after 3 days, I don't remember, 4 days. But I stayed in the sequester for the full week, even though I didn't stay in total darkness the entire time. The second time I made it to 111 hours, and I did have the more intense fractal dreams, and I just lay there and experienced them and watched them and pondered the imagery and the feeling that was occurring while it was happening. And then I felt a sense of relief and satisfaction when they ceased. So I did turn the light on for about 4 hours just to depressurize or something, just to get back to a state of whatever. Then I went back dark, and then the full on hallucination dreams occurred. It's hard to call it a dream because I knew who I was, where I was, what I was doing. I was fully conscious. I got out of bed and I was looking around at these walls, and instead of seeing what you can see back there behind me, I saw a light field, a grid of lights that they were different both times, but the surface of what I was seeing appeared to be right where the wall was. And I reached out and touched it, and all I felt was these wood walls with the things hanging on it. It was amazing. I don't know how long it would last, but in a few hours I will be turning out all these lights, getting dressed in something comfortable. I suggest a loose, baggy t-shirt and lounge pants is comfortable for me. Just whatever's you feel comfortable. If you want to wear it, feel free. But and take a journey, find out who you are, and find out something about yourself. Find out your limits. Don't feel bad if you can't go the full period that you set out to go. It's a journey. It's there's thresholds. And the first time I did it was just a total rest fast, which I had plenty of light and it was very healing. And then I heard about the dark retreats and eliminated the light and stimulation. And each time there were different thresholds that I came across and passed or didn't pass. So I don't know what thresholds are still in store for me. I'll just have to see them when I get there. But I've passed several already, and each time I do it, I go further. So it's an incredible experience, and I recommend it. But don't be afraid. And if you are afraid, so what? Be afraid. Experience that fear. Face that, whatever it is. And in practical things, you need a sufficient amount of water. I calculate a gallon a day, which is more than enough when you're not physically active to keep going. And then, of course, you need a second bucket or container equal in size to the first for urine, because you're not going to leave this space, with a lid so you can contain any smell. I put cat litter in it, and that kind of subdues any odors. And a third bucket, just in case you have a number two, with sawdust or cat litter and a lid. So those are three practical things. My number two bucket is square, so I don't get that confused with any other bucket. I don't poop in my water. That would be an ending of the experience. Don't go there. But I have a metal cup which hangs on the water bucket, so I can. That's in one portion of the room. Urine bucket's in another side, and the square bucket is in another corner. So there's no getting things mixed up. And speaking of water, I could use a drink right now. So it's quite an experience. It's some of it is beyond words. What you feel, what you see is unique to yourself. So it doesn't matter what I saw. You won't, most likely won't see any of that stuff. Because what I saw is about who I am and what I'm made of, my experience. What you will experience is about you, your relationship with the world, and so on. So a dark retreat is incredible. It's a journey, and I don't think you'll forget it if you choose to go in. Oh, and one more practical thing is the door is never locked. It's shut, it's sealed up with light. Speaking of sealing from light, don't seal out the air. Have some sort of air exchange or to keep fresh air flowing silently into the space. I have a fan, I can hardly hear it. It's in another room, and which is moving air through a ductwork into this space to keep uh, fresh air and coming in, and which is pretty good. So that's pretty much it. This has been Coyote in the Woods, which right now it's in a cabin in the woods, soon to be in the dark. Take care, journey well. I'll catch you on the other side.